Captain America from 1979 sucks. This is so far the worst movie I've seen so far, and so far none of them really sparked my interest that much. And based off what I know, this is going to be a recurring problem for Captain America, since he doesn't get a good adaptation until 2011, at least in film, since his first three adaptations, the 70s, 40s, and the 90s, are both pretty bad. As a matter of fact, can this even really be called a Captain America film? It feels so disconnected from the character, that's insane. At most, he does look like the character a little bit, and his name is Steve Rogers, which is something more so than the 1940s version could say, and he has a shield, which he barely uses, if at all. But other than that, this character feels even more removed from the character, which is somehow impressive to do. One of the strangest things about this film, which is, trust me, there's a lot of strange things about this movie. He's got these really weird stripes on the sides of him, which don't look good. It looks like he's wearing a weird vest, but it's not part of his costume. It's very stretchy looking. I mean, it's an okay look, but we barely see it. He's also wearing a motorcycle helmet, because this Captain America, motorcycles everywhere. They have the paint on wings, which I guess isn't a bad look. And he's also got a shield there, which instead of having the white part, it just is transparent, which is such a strange design decision. I don't know why it's transparent. It just looks very off. Not that it matters, like I said, I don't even know if he uses it in the movie. I've seen it, I don't think he does. It's bizarre because at the very end of the movie, he has a more accurate costume. What? The very end, he's like, oh, here's a new version, even though the other version apparently he designed. Now he just gets a more comic-accurate looking suit, which looks better. It's the same materials, so it's not like it's an upgrade, really. It's just a different design, slightly. It just looks more like the comic book character, but why not just have this one from the get-go, since he currently designed the other one with a sketch, and this one just looks more like the actual character. It's not like it's an upgrade with like all bulletproof stuff now, like they do in the movies. Like, oh, this one's more comic accurate and has the bulletproof and all the gadgets, stuff like that. No, it's just the same material, the same latex, not really latex, but the stretchy material just looks more like the comics. Why not just use the costume the whole time? And keep in mind, I really hate this trope. You actually have the more accurate looking version of the character people would actually want to see, but you only have it at the very end and don't even use it in the next movie, if you're going to even have a next movie, which this one actually does. So we'll see if this costume appears, which I think it does because the poster shows it this costume, but whatever. So that was really a dumb nitpick. It doesn't really matter what his costume looks like. It looks better than the 40s version, I guess. What's the main problem? Well, it's Captain America in this movie. He sucks. This version of Steve Rogers is basically nothing like his comic book counterpart. First of all, if you couldn't tell, this is set place in 1979, which makes sense. However, Captain America's character always has the origin in the 1940s. This movie completely ignores that for basically nothing. In the comics, Captain America is a character who's driven purely by his morals, and sometimes that goes against what he's supposed to be for. He's supposed to be for America, but he has his own ideas of what America is. Sometimes he has to go against his country and ideas, which is what makes the character, in my opinion, interesting. Here, this character is nothing. He's just a bro dude who just wants to go out and not be put down, I guess, and he has really no drive for anything. He just gets swept into this thing, which could be interesting, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care, the character doesn't care, and the actor sure as hell doesn't care. He gives one of the worst performances I've seen in a superhero movie. Maybe not the worst, but it's pretty bad. I'm not joking when I say like 70% of this movie is just the one guy saying, do this for me. He's like, no, do it, I don't want to. It's like, do it. Okay, fine. That's like 70% of the movie. It's shit. And basically everyone's like, oh, Steve, your dad was so great. He was a real Captain America. Oh, I guess I'll be Captain America then. But I'll fight what he valued, even though he was just a generic scientist. What does that do being Captain America? He was just a guy who invented stuff. Like, what does that do with anything? Like, these characters are so preoccupied about what this guy's dad was. We feel like we know way too much about the guy, and same time, very little. Like, we know what he does, but what does it do with American values? This has nothing to do with America. They just said randomly, yeah, your dad was a great scientist. He was Captain America. Oh, I'll be Captain America then. Does that make any sense? Am I going fucking confused? Does it make... Fuck this! Also, when I talk about character agency, this character gets his superpowers purely by accident. Basically, the reason why they want him so bad is because his dad was so great, and the fact that his dad's serum only works on his DNA, which is really weird. So they need him, and then he gets in an accident, because people are trying to kill him because he's related to his dad. Like I said, no agency on this character's part, just thrown in onto him. Which, you'd be like, oh, wait, that could be an interesting storyline. The guy doesn't really want to be a hero. Like I said, his character is so fucking bored. He's just like, oh, I don't want to be here. That's the impression he gets. It's not like, oh, fuck, I have anxiety, I have limitations, or anything like that. He's just a fucking stale-bred character. I fucking hate him. And after he gets powers, you think, oh, he would do something cool with them. You don't even really know what the powers even entail. It's just super healing, I guess, which we just told. We don't even see it. So yeah, this guy just, he's jacked, I guess. Not really. And he already was before, so it doesn't change anything. Near the hour mark, he finally starts like, okay, I'll go out and do stuff for you, I guess, because I have to. And he just rides a motorcycle with a helicopter racing after him. And they think this is really great, because this is pretty much the entirety of the action shots in the movie. Are just a guy in a helicopter in a motorcycle, which I probably filmed in one day. Like, I really love showing this helicopter in this one area for, like, most of the movie. Okay, I get it. You guys had a helicopter permit for one day. We don't need to see it. Can you actually show us something interesting? No? Okay. Well, helicopters are kind of cool, I guess, but, you know, at least have some substance to the helicopter scenes. Oh well. By the way, the climactic scene is just him going on a motorcycle, going in here, finding a guy is faded, like, oh, he's a bomb. We'll save his life, and then he won't blow up the world, I guess. That's it! That's climax. The climax is, oh yeah, this guy, I think he's a bomb. They made a human like, bomb guy, suicide bomber here. So we gotta save his life so he won't kill anybody, I guess. He doesn't find anybody, he's like, wow, that's all he does. It's fucking lame. Basically, save your hour and 30 minutes. There's way better times you'd be spending than watching this crap. You got a character who doesn't want to be there, an actor who doesn't want to be there, a movie that has very little interest in the actual character himself, no action scenes, barely any interesting characters, since all of them talk about the same thing over and over again, and a really dumb plot. Overall, don't watch Captain America from 1979. It's shit. It also failed miserably too, since this was supposed to be a whole TV series, and they actually filmed more episodes. However, unlike the Doctor Strange, which only was just a pilot, the pilot had a sequel, same year, because the show sucked ass. They decided we're going to release the next episodes as a second movie. That didn't show a lot of faith in your product there, does it? So unfortunately, next time, I gotta cover the sequel to this. I'm happy. Just kidding, I'm not. This movie was so bad that I actually have its own tier, the F- tier, which is anything below I rated below a 4. We might see more than one movie here. I'll see you next time when I do Captain America 2. Death Too Soon. Is that a reference to the fact the TV show never got off the air? Anyway, I'll see you then. Maybe it's better. Maybe not.